How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having an incredible day. In today's video, I was going to show off a CGC book I got back. However, there may have been some issues. Stick around to find out what those were. Alright, so I had always watched these videos online of people saying that they had all these issues with CGC, whether it was quality control, plastic being inside of the cases, not the right book, not the right grade, wrong grade or notes. In fact, I've seen a couple of videos come back recently from the signature signings, even saying like, hey, this is not my book. So I've seen a handful of those, and admittedly, I always kind of had that thought of, there's no way this will ever happen to me. It seems wild to me that they are having as many issues as I see, and that being said, it's probably a little inflated because, you know, you get 10, 15 folks having a few problems, they put them up online, seems a little inflated, so who knows if that's actually as widespread as it may be, but it did happen to me. So I had a book, and it is Secret Wars number 8. One of the books I inherited from a family member, and it meant a lot to me, and I had a few that were pretty big key issues that came in from that collection, and back in, I think it was 2019, maybe early 2020, I had to actually sell a few of those key issues, and I've been kind of making it my mission to get other copies of those. I know it's super unrealistic that I would ever find my copies, and even then, how could I verify they were mine? You know, they weren't graded. I didn't have any kind of like serial numbers off of them or anything like that to even match against, so there's no way for me to know that I would get my copies back, but I always thought it would be fun, you know, kind of a mission, like let's replace the keys that I had to sell. And in those keys, one of them was Secret Wars number 8, was one of the first Venom appearances. I say Venom appearance, it's really the origin of the black symbiote suit. However, we all know that to be Venom now, so in my mind, I kind of think it going back to Venom, but regardless, I also had a first appearance Cable. I think it was also a Namor number 1 and an Iron Man number 1. The Namor number 1 and the Iron Man number 1, really low grade, maybe 2.5, 3s, but still, you know, just books that I, one of these days, want to get back. Now, my first appearance Cable was a pretty high grade. I would have guessed it probably an 8 something, like maybe even into the early, like low 9s, 9.2 at the most. But regardless, like I said, on a mission to get those back. So this past July, I actually was able to find a Secret Wars number 8. I think it was from an online auction, probably one of Elite Comics' off of Instagram. I do follow Elite Comics. I like to watch a lot of those auctions, if anything, just to see what people are buying and what they're selling for in these online auctions. And I was super stoked to get my hands on this. I would have expected it to come back around maybe an 8.0, 8.5. I did decide I wanted to go and get this graded. So I took it to my local comic shop, and I haven't revealed the name of that yet. I go to Nirvana Comics here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Love the shop, great folks, really, really awesome place. But they actually have their own person that cleans and presses books. I understand a couple years back, I guess, they were having those same issues with CGC and the wait times, and they decided, hey, let's just do the pressing and cleaning in-house, see if we get quicker results, which I had heard that if you send your books off to be, you know, pressed and cleaned by a third-party grader, that they did come back faster, because some of the hang-up at CGC is actually the pressing and grading company that they use. And I don't know enough to know if it's part of CGC or another third party. I don't really know how that works. But what I do know is that that is fairly accurate. I've had a handful of books. I've always used CGC to press and clean, and they've been gone for, gosh, a year now. But regardless, I got this book back maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was super, super impressed with the way that this looked. I mean, it was just a beautiful, beautiful book, and I thought that they did an incredible job pressing and cleaning my book, and it came back at a pretty good grade. So I want to show that off real quick. Check this out. I did fix the lighting a little bit, I think, trying to get some of those reflections off. But check that out, 8.0, Secret Wars number 8, incredible book. However, it is not mine, and I didn't know it wasn't mine until I actually sat down to record this video. I was going to show off how good that book looked, how good of a job they did. I've seen a bunch of books go through their shop that they press and clean, and holy cow, the guy that's doing the work there, just incredible, incredible work. So I decided to test this, and I thought, man, wow, that did come back, and it was because they pressed and cleaned it. It came back so much quicker. You know, I'm going to get all my books done this way. However, when I started to record this video to show off some of the differences, I wanted to do like a before and after to just show you how good of a job they did. I realized real quick that this was not my book. So check this out. On the left-hand side here, you can actually see that my copy is a direct copy here, and the copy I got back is a newsstand. So I called my local shop. I talked to Grant, who's one of the owners over there, and he verified, yes, we did not have any other Secret Wars number 8s. They did not have any sent out. They did not expect any coming back in. This is the book that CGC claims to have been mine. So it sounds like I'm going to have to get this sent off or contact CGC. I'm going to work with my local shop. They're going to get this taken care of for me, which is awesome. There's nothing better than having a local shop that takes good care of you. So if you found one, kudos. If you're in Knoxville and you need one, definitely check out Nirvana Comics. But yeah, here we are. CGC book that is not mine. So no idea whose this is. And I don't even know, do the greater notes match my book or the greater notes for the book in this slab? I don't know. So regardless, I thought that would be kind of a fun share. What I'm going to do, because I do want to show off how good of a job that they are doing pressing and cleaning books, I'm going to grab 3 or 4 books that I personally have that are not graded, not been pressed or cleaned. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures of those, have them actually do a press and clean. We're probably not going to send them off, but then we can at least, take a look at them and kind of see, like, what were they able to work out? How were they able to improve it? Just to kind of give you an idea of what that looks like, what that process looks like, or even more, like, what a third-party grader can do to your books. Because, honestly, if you're not getting your books pressed and cleaned, you have to. Like, that is just such an important process whenever you're getting your books graded. And even if you're not getting them graded, let's say you want to throw them up on the wall or something, go get them pressed and clean. Like, it's going to make it look that much better, especially if you're getting it to put it up on the wall. It's only going to, make that look even nicer. So definitely recommend doing it, even if you're not going through CGC. If you're finding a third party, which admittedly I have not tried many. This is the first time I'm doing it, and so that's why I kind of want to do some sort of a before and after video. But regardless, if this is yours, I hate that I've got it, but hopefully we will be able to get this fixed up. Regardless, beautiful copy. I mean, I'd be happy with an 8.0. The book that I originally had, I think, was probably like a 7.0, so that's definitely a step up for me. And I'm not talking about the one I just sent off, but my original copy from years ago that I sold. So in my mind, it'd be really cool to get those books back around the same grade that I thought they were. So as I continue my mission of finding these keys, I will keep all of you up to date. But as I mentioned in my last episode, I've got a couple of podcasts. If you enjoy the podcasting thing, be sure to check out Almighty Podcast or Kaio-Cinema, Dragonball Z, or My Hero Academia, respectively. We got a lot of awesome stuff coming down the line, so definitely would love it if you check those out. But otherwise, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would love it if you left me a like or a subscribe or a comment down below. Have you had CGC mess up one of your books? I'd be interested in knowing if they have, and how did they? Did they get it fixed? What's their customer service like? Thankfully, I am not having to call and deal with them. My local shop's going to take care of this for me, but I'm curious to know, what have your experiences been with these kinds of mess ups? Anyways, have a good one.